nothing worked.
Wong,
Hold
dong.
on. So new things on SteamYard aren't working quite properly. That's what happened just now. Anyway, welcome to Loud and Nerdy on a Tuesday night. My name is JW Colwell, joined as always by my good friends Kyle Defina. Hi boys. Hi Missy. And Freddie. Freddie is showed up.
That's right.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Joe. How are you tonight? Welcome to Loud and Nerdy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there, but it is what it is. We move on and we.
Whoa! Where'd that come from?
Jesus Christ! Anyway,
what are you doing over there?
I'm not doing anything.
I mean, I'm just hitting. I'm hitting buttons here for Raven to tell us technical issues. Laughing out loud.
If you saw that,
you're just bringing up like.
I'm doing subliminal messaging. Is
Jerry needs a manicure.
I do.
JW needs tech lessons.
I don't need.
Joe is hitting another Ridgely.
So just so we're clear, there's a couple new things on StreamYard where you can piece together things, and it didn't work.
Pieces.
There is Freddie laugh out loud.
I love
it. Just didn't work. So now we know, and next time we'll try it again.
How much of the backstory are you sticking with, Jerry?
Yeah. We know which backstory is sticking with, because it's two different backstories, really. Freddie has two different backstories. There's one where he's just a child murderer, and that's cool. And then there's another one where he's not a child murderer, and he does a lot more to kids.
Then there's one where he's an Asian bald man.
Well, and I think specifically the molestation piece of the Freddie history came strictly as a result of being up against Jason, right? Like that's what happened. Like they decided that they needed to make sure that nobody was rooting for Freddie. So they made it that, not only was he a child murderer, but he was like, because I mean, in Freddie versus Jason is definitely the face.
The face?
He's definitely the face. So I don't know how I feel about that, guys. I don't know what you're thinking on that is. Everyone needs HR classes. Talking thick girls last night. I was talking thick girls in Rubenesque. It was about Emma, basically one of the.
Maybe he was giving a heads up on what his Halloween costume's going to be.
Well, no, we were talking about Toni Collette, and one of the stories that behind Emma.
Jerry's face right now is priceless.
That girl's
just look at Jerry's face.
Bowl of oatmeal. That was.
Good evening, guys. Hi, Cindy. But basically, what happened was in the filming of Emma, with
I'll talk about more oatmeal now, Jerry.
From 1996, Toni Collette was made to gain weight so that she'd look better, like Gwyneth Paltrow would look better, is what the story was. So, anyway, I'm sorry, Raven. But I thought I made it abundantly clear. I like thick girls. Anyway,
so he needs HR lessons and tech lessons. Anything else, chat?
Well,
let's go over some housekeeping items before.
It is what it is. So a couple things. I want to talk about a little bit what we were talking about last week, and then we have an original movie come out. We have a movie called Novocaine comes out, and like clockwork, like the FBI shutting down the power at Nakatomi Plaza, I give you the FBI, like clockwork, an original movie.
I give you the FBI.
FBI. You asked for Christmas miracles.
Why did you never have a picture of this?
Of what?
Gwendolyn Christie's beautiful, fine ass.
Yes.
You have a picture?
No, I don't have. No, what? No.
Well, then why'd you say yes?
Why did I thought you were talking about the Novocaine thing. So Novocaine
A
opened.
beautiful,
Novocaine
fine
is,
ass makes you feel like you're on Novocaine?
yes. I'm just gonna say yes every time you say something. Yes, and yes.
Are you gay? Are you high?
No,
You
and
love me?
no. I hate it. I just realized it's very South Park. Anyway, just got it.
Realize that?
Just
You
realized.
just did that?
I hate you.
Calm down, Cartman.
Hey, anyway, Novocaine opened, and it's a blink and you miss it kind of thing.
This crotch
past-
is right over Jerry's head.
It does, but we just move on. So to put in perspective, right? Let's talk about this past weekend. The grosses were number 1, 8.8 million Novocaine, number 2, 7.6 million Black Bag, Mickey 17 dropped 61%, 7.4 million. Captain America 5.6. The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie, which apparently is good, but it isn't being publicized, and it's not being distributed by Warner Brothers. I just found this out. They sold it to something called Ketchup Entertainment. You can't make this shit up.
It's a subdivision of Acme.
Maybe Zaslav is the head of Acme. Anyway, I don't know. But the top 10 movies, all top 10 together, gross less than $50 million. So, but Novocaine was good. Like, I like Novocaine very much.
I like Novocaine too.
Well, Novocaine's great. Morphine's better. Anyway,
I like trying to drink a bottle of water after you have
Jack
Novocaine.
Wade, good movie, solid movie, and then all of a sudden it does nothing. So what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? And I say it's that the audience told the studios they don't want original stuff.
We're still on this from last week?
We're on it because another original movie failed. Until Light to do anything at the box office. 2, actually. 2 original movies. If you look at 1 and 2, it's Black Bag, which is a Steven Soderbergh movie with a good cast. So
you say a good cast, but you don't say any names that's in this cast.
Of you want the cast of Black Bag? I can do that.
Without looking it up.
Chuck Norris.
Oh, Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender are in the movie.
That's not 2 names that make me want to run to a theater.
Michael Fassbender and Kate Blanchett in a sexy spy thriller don't want to make you run to a theater? Kate Blanchett's one of the best actresses of our time. Okay, so we don't want original. We want I'm going to tell you what we want. We want this.
Hell yeah, July 25th. That's coming out on Netflix, everybody.
We want Happy Gilmore 2. I honestly feel it's not the studio. I feel like we give as much advertising.
The Adam Sandler movies happen.
But they're Missy. It's the audience because the studio is not going to give. Put her comment back up for a second because I want to read through it. I want to give. I feel if they give as much advertising publication that they give these sequels, they would stand half a chance. They wouldn't because
really? Barbenheimer, 2 original movies.
Barbie's not an original
movie. Shit ton of advertising. It's a fucking original movie because there was never a movie done about it.
There was never a Barbie movie?
What Barbie movie was done?
Do you have any concept how many Barbie movies?
I know it's a Brandon, but there was a Barbie movie.
Like
how many live action Barbie movies?
There
were 100. Like I'm not talking about theater movies. I'm talking about there's at least 100 movies on disc and DVD that were
you
released.
Mean cartoons, though, right?
Yeah, cartoons. I'm not. I'm just saying it's an.
Count.
It's an.
No,
That of course it counts.
That's like
No, it's a
Saturday
brand.
morning
Wait a
cartoon.
second.
If you count cartoons straight to DVD, then the DC universe is fucking wonderful because all of their animated straight to DVD shit
No,
was great.
it's different. That's different.
How's it different?
But it's actually wait a second.
Straight to fucking DVD movie animation is different.
It's a cartoon. It doesn't count.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Ready? So okay. So you would say that the Batman that came out with Robert Pattinson is not original, right? Because there's been other Batman, right?
Other live action Batmans.
Okay, so now you're making a difference between live
Michael
action,
Keaton.
whatever. I'm just the only Batman. He's right there. He's right there. 89. 89 was the 89.
Why
Batman.
were you trying to stroke off your Batman doll there?
I
You were
wasn't.
like literally, he's right there.
I was pointing to it. I didn't do anything like this. I was.
Oh yes, he did it again.
No, I did it because you said it. I did it because you said it. Anyway, it has nothing. It's not the audience. It's the audience. The audience won't pay for stuff.
It's
And then
not the
the
audience.
It is though. It has to be. Because think about it. She's saying put more advertisement in it. Spend more money. Why would a studio spend more money on something if they're not going to get a return? They already know that, and they know that because we went through 5 years of movies. We had 3 movies. What was it? 3 in the last 5 years that were original movies, and you guys wanted to include Barbie, but
I couldn't go through one commercial break without seeing an Oppenheimer commercial when that came out.
Yeah, like I could kind of buy that they don't push them all that much.
I couldn't even tell you if I saw a Novocaine commercial. Novocaine, I think it's a Green Day song. I don't think it's a movie.
I think I
barely
caught
knew
that.
it was a brand new freaking Looney Tunes
I
cartoon.
caught that
coming
by
out.
chance. That Novocaine commercial.
Hell, the Novocaine poster looks like Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. To me,
that's not what the Novocaine. That's not what the Novocaine. You don't even. You
it
don't
looks
get
like
what the
it
Operation.
looks
that's
like Barney
exactly
Stinson.
what it is. Jerry got it. It's an Operation ad. It's perfect. It's an Operation box, is what it
It's not
is.
perfect though.
Studios can't put money into these movies because they know they're not going to make any money. So that's the problem.
You got to spend money to make money.
No, that's not how Hollywood works. Hollywood wants the best bets possible. Hollywood gives money to the best bets possible, and right now the best bets are IPs and sequels. That's it. That's where we're at. And it's all a direct result of audiences not going to see original movies. There's not one happy home or two, and I love that. Yeah, no, we should. There is no
There is 100% a place for this movie. You shut your whore mouth.
I am not a fan of this. I can't.
Just so we're clear, his last few movies have been unadulterated trash, garbage. He's doing Happy Gilmore
character. He's like a Will Ferrell kind of.
Yeah. Well, I think Will Ferrell has more range than Sandler does, but I mean, except for like Uncut Gems.
I agree with that comment.
Okay, if the audience doesn't know about the movie, they can't go see it.
I agree with that too.
That's a great comment. But my thing to you is the reason they don't know about it and the reason they don't care about it is because studios make original movies and nobody goes. There's no audience.
Just making it for the tax write-off purpose?
In the case of Warner Brothers, yes.
Think about what
you're saying.
They use their own Looney Tunes franchises of tax write-off.
Some of these movies will make money on direct-to-video. They'll go right through. But most original movies aren't going to make it through, and most original movies aren't going to get any studios can't put any more money into these movies. It's a crazy.
I did not do that, by the way. That was not me. I had nothing to do with that. Nope, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm completely innocent here.
That's amazing.
But since we can get some words in here now, Jerry, let's.
No, I can agree. If they don't advertise it as much as they try to push the things that are more common, then It's kind of a double-edged sword, right?
I didn't even know there was a new Looney Tunes movie coming out until I walked past the movie theater on Thursday or Friday.
There is.
And Thursday yeah.
I wouldn't have known about it either.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on tonight. This has been a terrible night.
I had nothing to do with that.
I understand.
So
People going to the movie theater. Okay, so a couple things that studios have done that's not the audience's fault. The audiences have been trained to not go to movies immediately because they will be in their house in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a week. So that's all on the studios. But the only thing that audiences will go see with any kind of regularity is something they're sure they're going to get when they go. And I'm not talking about us, Missy. I'm not talking about you and I who go every week and watch movies every week.
By your theory, the next Superman movie should bomb because we've been trained to know that DC movies are absolute garbage and we'll get it in 3 weeks.
That's not what it is.
But that's what you just said.
No, that's not what I said. What I said, first off, a couple things. Everybody knows the DC universe is being reset. Everybody knows it's being reset by people that are trusted by the. You're telling me not everybody knows that the new Superman is by James Gunn?
No, not everybody is so inside and in deep. It's like saying the inside wrestling fan knows that they were in this federation, that federation, and not just
they
WWE.
know it's a Superman movie, and they know they're going back to his roots. They know it's not going to be crappy Justice League like movie, right? They know that in the trailer.
But how many times can you go back to the origin story and you're just like, okay, I get
it's
it.
Not going to be an origin story.
But they're going back.
It's not an origin story. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, one of the things that Superman is well, I don't think Superman's going to bomb, but Superman has to make more money than God for Warner Brothers to make his money back.
I like this comment.
Jerry JW. Maybe.
I don't have the power. They won't give me that kind of power.
I don't know. Wait, I don't know if I agree with JW. I understand that I do agree that there are not as many people going to original movie. I also feel like it's studio's fault for not using proper marketing. Like the marketing departments for some of these movies and TV show programs really suck. Yeah, they get fired all the time. And Warner Brothers is a big proponent of firing people. But what I would say,
what Joe's Wow was about.
I can agree.
I think about me dropping out and having tech issues is probably what it is in a fun way.
Because
I'll see
Happy Gilmore commercials now, but I won't see any original movie commercials.
Right, it's a snake that eats the tail, right? So basically, what happens is studios know they have original movies, and unless we're talking about Oscar bait or movies that have a chance to make, do whatever. Oh, hi.
No.
I was just talking to you and Jerry. But what I was going to say is, unless a movie, like a low budget movie, has a shot at Oscars or whatever, original movies do not get the kind of play that they do, and they're not going to put more money into advertising for them, and it's a snake that eats its own tail. Right?
I only saw advertising for 2 of the Oscar movies leading up to it, though.
Well, most of them are already on home video, but I agree that the studios are not doing themselves any favor. But
social media, I should be bombarded with ads on social media.
But I also agree with the concept that people don't go to original movies anymore. They just don't. And it's the audiences. It's not.
But just from us,
I think it
just from us doing this show.
I think it goes
just from us doing this show, though. Our phone algorithm for when we're on social media should be bombarding us with new movie trailers, but they're just not on there. There's nothing out there telling us what's going on. Most I see is what's coming up on Netflix.
So you're really excited about Happy Gilmore too? Where
I like to laugh.
No, I know, but where can this character go? What can this character do? It's not like Beverly Hills Cop, right? It's not.
He could finally sink that putt without using a hockey stick.
I don't know. I watched the trailer.
He could pick a better.
The trailer looks looks lazy. And of any of the Saturday Night Live actors that have made it, Sandler is the biggest culprit of lazy and putting all the same people in his movies and going places so they can go on vacation together. Have you ever heard Dan Patrick, the sportscaster, talk about how like he loves getting calls for Sandler movies because they're usually going to be shot in Hawaii or in Miami or like in nice places where they have super big catering, and it's just they're the worst. And his last bunch of movies, this trash he's putting out on Netflix, the contract he signed for Netflix where he's just putting out garbage, hot steaming garbage.
I wonder what unattainable girl he's going to get in this movie.
Same unattainable girl. Same unattainable girl. No, actually, I was looking at. No, it's not Jennifer Aniston. It's the girl from Modern Family, right? Benson, right?
Guy screws something up, fixes
No,
it.
wait,
Has
it
a
gets
goofy
better.
little
I
voice,
watched it.
gets the unattainable girl at the end. Adam Sandler done.
Hey, for Fonzie, can we just talk about how
Funzy.
Funzy? Okay, for
Yeah,
Fonzie.
Hey,
on Sunday.
Mr.
On Sunday,
C.
Jerry, did you get any good damage by your house on Sunday, Jerry, from all those winds?
No, we got lucky.
Our neighbor's roof blew off his house and smashed into the side of our house.
Jesus.
Oh my God, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Okay,
So,
well,
please.
again, that just shows that my thing on the movie thing is right.
What? No, actually, I took it as, it's just the universe proving my wife is a witch and is trying to drop a house on her.
Oh well, that's worse.
That's why she liked that movie so much.
That's why she liked Wicked so much.
Exactly.
My sisters.
I just don't know about the Happy Gilmore thing. I don't think there's any place for the character to go. And then I looked in the trailer. I swear to God, in the trailer, I think it's his daughter playing his daughter. So,
hey, it's worked out for Kevin Smith.
Sounds like what Rob Zombie does.
yes. I liked his Netflix Halloween movie. I like his movies mostly. I'm just not going away to watch them. Oh, okay.
Rob Zombie's wife is going to play Jaws in the remake.
And Kyle wonders why he doesn't get any. Oof. That hurts.
It's kind of hard when it's only a pair of legs and a slipper sticking out from underneath the house.
Was she a good witch or a bad witch? Anyway, she's not a witch at all. Anyway, another thing that's making the rounds today, this movie opens on Friday, getting good reviews. But I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen with this movie. There's so much stuff. Another wow? I don't know.
Same one. I just had to read
that might be wow. That may be wow for you're calling your wife a witch. But
Joe's
I
like Owen Wilson over here now.
Yeah, wow. I don't know what's gonna happen with Snow White on Friday, boys. It's getting good reviews. Everybody says it's really good, but there's such a swirling dervish of garbage around this movie. Yes. I think everybody should hide for the bedroom ending. I'm really super. Can I just say that? You can say you're excited about Snow White. I can tell you it's got a lot of swirling stuff around it. I can tell you that the two stars in the movie are not actively campaigning or doing advertisement for the movie because they, at their core, hate each other over politics. So I can tell you that's actually happening. I can tell you Gal Gadot got her star on the Walk of Fame today, and there was a giant incident where cops were called because there was a fight between Israeli protesters and Palestinian protesters. I can tell you that it's been the girl playing the girl from West Side Story that's playing Snow White has insulted a lot of Disney fans by saying Snow White is basic, and that the 1937 movie shouldn't be a classic because the prince stalks Snow White. I can tell you there's all kinds of shit swirling around this movie.
Evil stepmother's a little better looking than Snow White, though.
Well, up until the point where she turns herself into a hag. Yeah, she looks great, Jerry. Up until that point where she, drinks the potion and becomes
Wonder Woman. She ain't Linda Carter though, but
she's a Wonder Woman. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with it. You know, box office projections for it are not Disney level. For their live action movies, and it's got it. You know, it. We didn't even get to the dwarf controversy, right? The controversy where there was
Are you allowed
fighting
to call it
about
that?
what was that?
Are you allowed to call it that still?
Grumpy, dopey, sleazy. What were their names?
Yeah.
You wait. You can't do the. Can you do the dwarf?
Is it Snow White and the Seven?
It's just Snow White. There's no seven dwarfs.
Yeah.
But there was a
Yeah, what?
okay. So what happened was there was a controversy because Peter Dinklage said, you know, they weren't hiring dwarf actors, so they were fighting about that. And then they decided to completely scrap all the actors they had cast and just go full on cartoony dwarves. So it's got that going too. My daughter and her fiance moved out today. First time empty nesters here. I got my air conditioned garage back, maybe a game room with a pool table, electric dirt bag, dartboard, and big screen. Fantastic.
An electric dirt bag?
That's what I
How do you
heard.
need
Too.
an
I was
electric
amazed.
dirt bag?
I'm having
I had one of them back in the
Dirt
day.
bag?
I had
I'm
an
having
electric
a tough
dirt
night.
bag back in the day. It
electric dirt bags are great.
was the Eureka. We called it a Eureka.
It's better than the electric douchebag.
I think it's going to be
That wasn't
Joe's
good.
Zen room. Where do you keep
Well,
your Zen, Joe?
I was saying like he's doing a game room and a pool table and everything, and then he's like, take care of the heart. Don't be excited. Just I'm happy that your daughter moved out. I'm happy she's feeling better to do that.
Great.
Ken McKernan, Cinnabon.
Left field.
It goes back to this comment.
Most women I know can never be Snow White and be enticed with an apple.
Oh, yeah.
Baby. Okay.
And
Why
then-
wouldn't
If they made Cinnabon scented cologne for men, women would be all over them.
who's wearing Cinnabon scented cologne?
I used to say that though, because think about it.
I think that would be gross. Wouldn't that
I
be
see
gross?
Jerry in the food court at the mall just rubbing Cinnabons all over himself. I'm
It's
ready,
like-
ladies.
Well, hey, yeah,
Slathered in icing.
but you know they
slathered.
Where's that smell coming from?
yeah.
Slathered in icing, and I'm in Joe's air-conditioned garage. Let's go.
They would love it.
Slathered in
just like
icing.
if a girl
They
smelled like a
they
deep
would love
fryer.
it.
But there's no
I can't think of-
advertisement by the studios for this.
No, that's
Cinnabon cologne. I'm telling you. Just saying.
Cinnabon sounds like Sugar County.
It
Aside
would
from
work.
Black teeth to go with that. Smoke room, Joe.
Smoke room, Joe.
Woo. Yeah, I mean, do you guys hear any excitement for Snow White?
Yeah, of course. It's a Disney movie.
It opens on Friday. Nobody's talking about it.
I've seen more advertisement for Snow White than I have for that Looney Tunes movie.
Well, sure.
for
The
Nova King.
Looney Tunes movie is incredible
What Looney
because
Tunes?
there's a Looney Tunes movie out.
It's a Donald Duck movie.
It's not. It's first off, Donald Duck is Disney. Daffy Duck is Looney Tunes. For pop culture.
That's
people.
true.
It's Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and it's a space invasion movie. And apparently
There's
it's
even more
fantastic.
reason to wear it.
It's apparently fantastic.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
It's apparently really good. And it did $3 million, and Warner Brothers fucking sold it. I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what Warner Brothers is doing with its classic characters. Also, for the first time ever on Max, all of the classic Looney Tunes are now gone. They're gone. Max doesn't think they're an important part of their history. The movie's called Day the Earth Blew Up. It got great reviews. And everybody's talking. It's the Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, and it just it didn't get any fucking play. It didn't get any nothing. And and they sold it to Ketchup Entertainment.
Oh, it came out in 2024.
So with Snow White, I hope they do something a little bit better with the storyline because it seems to take a really time to get the whole point of the movie from the original. They put out now will be one big change. I hope they do. Well, there are going to be changes. She is apparently not a damsel in distress. She is the Wicked Queen takes over her parents' kingdom, and she works with the dwarves and a guy to help her.
Whoa, there we go. The dwarves word again. You're just trying to get this show canceled.
What's wrong with that? That's what they're called, isn't it?
Correct.
There's a fucking thing at Disney World called the Dwarves Train Ride. It's Seven Dwarves Mine Ride.
You need to go to HR now for fucking dwarves and thick girls. What the hell, JW?
What is wrong with saying dwarves?
No.
What do you mean? What do you want
mean? They have. What do you think? He's trying to get you now. That's what he's doing.
I just feel he's fucking around now. Like, there are times when I can't take it seriously. See how that works?
You're going to be in HR's office tomorrow.
Midget wrestling. You're going to that. That was a good time.
What are you going to call
Oh, that was a great time.
They're good. They're good athletes.
Oh, they are. They'll be at the Moon Tavern soon. You want to go, Jerry?
I'd go.
We can broadcast from there.
I saw them in Newfoundland. It was awesome.
Oh.
But yeah,
I'm glad you found
nobody knew about the fucking Looney Tunes movie. Nobody knows about.
I didn't know about it.
Well, and again, Ketchup Entertainment. Fucking Ketchup Entertainment owns them.
It's not even Heinz.
Just ketchup, man. Just the facts.
The catsup.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so the story, just for Missy's take, Rachel Zegler, Snow White on downside for box office predictions. So it's looking like it's.
Oh, that's right. There was a Dopey too.
Yeah, Dopey.
Happy, sleazy.
No, there's no sleazy. He's one of the.
Whatever.
He's one of the Duff. He's one of the Duff. The Duff cans, though. Sleazy is definitely one of the Duff cans.
Oh yeah, Duff guy.
Easy, sleazy.
It's happy, Doc, Dopey, angry, sleepy.
Oh, that's the one.
Sneezy.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Isn't this all just levels of the spectrum?
Well, Dopey is so specific in the 37 movie. I don't know how you
Crotch.
get.
Was it what Crotch? No, that wasn't one.
Okay, so predictions. Snow White's tracking to make anywhere from 63 to 70 million in the first 2 days.
Sleazy.
Sneezy, sleazy. What's it?
Grumpy.
It's Dopey, Doc, Grumpy, Happy, Sleepy, Bashful,
Sneezy.
and Sneezy. I got them all right.
Bashful was the one you missed the first time.
Happy, Doc, Grumpy, Dopey, Bashful, Sleepy, and Sneezing. 7. $70 million is not a lot. It's a very expensive movie. It's got a $240 million budget.
Yes.
Their spend on marketing, by the way, just so we're clear, you're saying you saw it all. The spend on marketing is $270. So that the movie starts off in the red at $510 million. In the red. My God.
Not worried.
Again, though, the reactions were all very positive. And then the last part of this report says, first reactions and movie reviews aside, the ultimate judge of Snow White's success or failure at the box office rests with the audience who buy tickets to see the film.
I'm Smokey.
No, that's
Smokey. That is a specifically northeastern Pennsylvania dwarf. Is Smokey.
Hey everybody, I'm Smokey.
Smokey and Drunky are definitely Nipa dwarves. What other Nipa dwarves are there?
You got any trees?
What other Nipa dwarves are there? There's pepperoni, the pizza dwarf,
Fart.
right? Farty.
Gas.
Old Forge dwarf.
Gassy would be better. Gassy would be better. I don't know. I don't know what's happening tonight. Tonight's crazy. Having moment in deja vu, but I really always want a smoky. Laugh out loud. That was dirty. That was one of the dirtiest things said on our show. They should have pulled a Batgirl with Snow White. Not 500. You can't pull a Batgirl $510 million in, Jeff.
I'm clean. I'm not Methy.
Menthy. Menthy is also a dwarf that hangs out with Smokey.
Methy.
Methy? Oh, I was thinking Menthy.
Not Menthy.
I'm not floppy.
No.
I'm Methy.
That dwarf's not smoking Newports, JW, but it's got no teeth.
He's got 2 teeth in his mouth.
Okay, so there was another new movie this week. We should talk about it as
with its
well.
own rubber glove tie off.
Speaking of wasting money, and again, Netflix, I think Netflix is going to have to completely redesign how they're spending their money on things, right?
Guess they don't have meth in Florida.
Oh, we definitely have meth in Florida. We have gators that are on meth in Florida. Get the fuck out of here. We don't have meth in Florida. Have you not seen like a...
We went from fucking dwarves to Smurfs. They keep shrinking.
Depressy Smurf? Why? Wait, how do we get to Smurfs?
I just said that.
I know, but I'm asking legit. I'm not saying you. I'm not repeating what you just said. I'm legit asking. How did we get to Smurfs?
Well, they got to have a blue one, I guess.
That's right. Ignore this comment. There's another new movie out this week on Netflix.
That's right.
Again,
Ignore this comment.
This movie, by the way, just so we're clear, I would like you guys, without looking, both of you, give me a budget on this movie, the Russo brothers movie, The Electric State, starring Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt. Do you know what the budget on this movie is?
125 million.
125 million. Jerry, what do you say?
130.
320.
For what?
$320 million. It is.
I should start doing animation for people. Holy crap!
Well, it's got a lot of special effects. It's based on a book that apparently a lot of people love. That's very somber and like kind of, and they've completely turned it into an action movie, Avengers Endgame style movie. It's just weird. Millie Bobby Brown's looking for a little brother who she thought died, but he's stuck. It happens in an alternate 1990s where robots have been have been used to the nth degree by America. The robots and humans go to war, and then the robots are put into a desert wasteland after they lose the war. The head of the robot army is Mr. Peanut. It's a lot of money.
She looks like a reject from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. He looks like he's trying to be a young Han Solo. The baseball looking thing looks like the Mets mascot when he was a baby.
He's Han Solo.
It's Hardware Wars. It's a weird movie. I'm good at like it. It doesn't look like a $320 million movie, and it also, like I could see them like. Apparently, I've read reviews of the book, and the book is very like a somber thing where this girl's trying to find her brother, who she thinks is dead, but then it becomes like a conspiracy where she's like he's apparently alive, but she has to find him. And apparently, it's really somber and dark. And this is a full blown, robots cracking jokes. Just everything in the kitchen sink, and it's just the idea that the Russo brothers have failed at every movie they've tried to make without a Marvel label on it is shocking. Because it's one of the reasons this movie is one of the reasons they're back for Secret Wars and Doomsday. Why is it always the big sister looking for the brother sounds just like Labyrinth? Yeah, it's not It's not as good as it's like, Labyrinth is way too
Is
big.
the robot wearing really tight pants?
Well, the robot is like
Oh,
the
Jesus
robot
Christ,
in
he
this.
missed it.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Labyrinth,
Oh, you're
David
talking about.
Bowie with the tight pants.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
No
Go
robot.
back to sleep.
The one robot, the big go back to sleep. The one robot, the big robot there is like he's like a Russian nesting doll. He's a small robot that goes into bigger, larger robots, and he works his way all the way up through the movie.
I want to see the robot do that Russian dance with the arms folded and the legs sticking out.
It's been done. They did it in Sonic 2.
With
They had
robots?
There's a whole Russian dance sequence in Sonic 2.
Yeah.
The robot is
robots?
fully functional. No, none of the robots are. Mr. Peanut is played by Woody Harrelson. Like it's got an all-star cast. Like Jason Alexander's in it, Jenny Slate's in it. There are a lot of people doing voices. Like Hank Azaria is doing a lot of some of the robot voices. And it's expensive and it's number one on Netflix. And it's not as good as Futurama in any way, shape, or form.
Well, Futurama didn't get good till the third reboot.
That's crazy talk. I just don't know. Like Netflix
it's good enough to get canceled 3 times.
Exactly and come back 3 times. I think the interesting thing about the Electric State is that I think it is the movie $320 million. It is the movie that is going to completely change how Netflix makes movies, because they spent a boatload of cash on, like, and I'm not talking about Millie Bobby Brown because she's like a homegrown product, right? Her career is like started Stranger Things, and then she's done well in the 2 Enola Holmes movies, but this movie she's not nearly as good. And Pratt is doing the same role he's done. The only one that's been mildly successful. Yeah,
Spratt's got a role in this.
I said Pratt. Pratt.
Sprat.
Pratt's doing. No, I didn't say Spratt. I said Pratt.
If you say his name 2 more times, he might appear.
And doubtful he wouldn't come on to talk about Marvel. And isn't he lucky he didn't come on to talk about the death of Marvel? Right? Isn't he lucky? Because, damn. Rest in peace.
Okay. Is there a curse with anyone playing a feline type figure in a Marvel movie?
Why are you talking about like Black Panther?
Well, isn't there 3 of them now that have passed away?
Yeah, it's not great. But it's a great performance. It's a great way to go out if you're.
Yeah, but
I just
there's something. There's an underlying curse that's just.
So you feel the curse is specifically for people of color playing cat characters in the MCU?
No, it doesn't have to be. It
So
doesn't have to be.
So who are the 3?
Yeah,
Elaborate.
Well, it's the Black Panther.
First guy.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, and then there was 2 others. The one from Daredevil that played the White Tiger or whatever.
Yeah, the guy playing the White Tiger had Panther, just like Boseman.
And then there was one other one I can't think of right now, but I knew it the other day.
Well, it would have been so much better if you knew it today.
I know. Oh, I'm so prepared all the time.
I'm just saying, like,
hold on. Let's see.
It is.
Just sick.
Well, no,
Black Panther and White Tiger.
There have been several. There have been several. Eugene Lazarev, who played Anton Vanko in Iron Man 2. Miguel Ferrer played Vice President Rodriguez in Iron Man 3. Harry Dean Stanton was security guard in the Avengers when he meets the Hulk. Lee Moore, who played Old Scott Lang in Endgame. Let's see. Sandra James, who played Marjorie in Spider-Man Homecoming. Phyllis Somerville, who played Mrs. Viston in Daredevil, the original Daredevil show. James Gunn Sr. as the weird old man in Guardians of the Galaxy. Paul Soles, who played Stanley in The Incredible Hulk. and many other projects. Stanley Lieber, the owner of the Pizza Parlor. Oh boy. We're going to finish this. Niall Fingleton, who played Ultron. Let's see. Gaspard Ulliel, who played Moon Knight. Anton Mogart in Moon Knight. Reggie Cathy played James Lucas in Nick Cage. Gary Shanley. Ron Cephas Jones, who played Bobby Fish in Luke Cage. Powers Booth, who played Gideon Malik in The Avengers. Dorothy Steele, who was Merchant of Crybubbler in Black Panther. Bill Paxton in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ray Stevenson as Volstagg. He was also the Jedi in Ahsoka, who was fantastic. It was amazing in that show. William Hurt, of course, played Thaddeus Ross, and Stan Lee, right? So
Stan Lee.
There's somebody in the green room. Is he supposed to be here? What's going on? You guys heard anything?
Bring him in.
I know nothing.
What is going on? I don't even know if he wants. He doesn't have a camera or anything.
Who's there?
Oh, well, I guess he figures that out. Isn't there something coming up we're supposed to talk about?
We are, but we usually save that for the end. But we can talk about it now. Felicity Jones only played her short and hasn't had full story. I think Sadie Sink McClare. It's a very good call.
Wow.
Somebody just opened my door. That's why I'm. What? Did you bring him in? Bring me up.
He said, "Beam me up, Scotty." So I did. I got to listen to the.
Bring me up. But why? There's no.
I don't know.
Is he? Maybe he's just going along with us with the tech issue nature of tonight's show.
What was the fiend? Let me in.
Oh, I don't have my earbuds in. Crap. Hold on a second.
What is going on? The voice. I hear a voice. The voice of the Grand Poobah.
Hold on, so I can hear you.
We can hear you.
You can hear me, okay?
Yes. But why? Where's your face?
Well, the whole thing is I wasn't camera ready, and usually there's a little avatar. I don't know where it is actually.
I just like that it's apparently you don't like cameras.
You gotta comb your hair. Camera.
Apparently you don't like cameras. Is what the new one is. It's Camera Busters is the new picture apparently.
Do we have any guesses for who's behind curtain number 4, ladies and gentlemen?
You've already given way too much. What's going on?
Wow. Hey JW, how are you?
I'm having an off night, so
Kyle, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Jerry?
you?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
I love the glove, man. Is that like a custom made one?
This is my love glove. No, I bought this. This was one of the first Freddy costumes that came out in '84. And this is from '84. It's plastic, but
I don't like
still have
a love glove. I just
the love glove.
Anyway, gentlemen, the whole
That's what
reason
dreams are made of.
That's what dreams are made of. Sorry, I had to turn the volume down on my TV up there in the studio because I was watching you guys while I was programming Robert's show for this week. But anyway, the whole reason I wanted to hop on here, I really want to say you guys are... No, take that down for a second. I want to see your beautiful faces. And
let's not get out of hand.
I really want to say, is the voice on high, Joe Ridgely? What?
There's no Joe there.
It's both.
It's
the voice on high. I think she's like the burning bush on high, but also on high. Maybe on high.
Excuse me. The whole reason I wanted to hop on here real quick, I just wanted to say, guys, you're doing a phenomenal, freaking amazing job, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you and everybody who tunes in every week for their wacky escapades. I really do appreciate it. Did you guys tell them about the YouTube blowing up?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did you?
We talked about that off there, but good try, JW.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't do that tonight.
Yeah, we
I've been
did it on
listening
the
from the
sneak.
beginning.
We talked about it on the street.
I'm having an off night. I keep on saying this to you people, and nobody is giving me any slack. Kyle is just like,
Well,
It's what the people
JW,
pay to see.
JW,
Yeah.
can I say something without insulting you?
yeah,
It's good to see you down to 2 chins. You look good, brother.
thanks, man. I appreciate that. I was talking about, I haven't talked about to anybody, but I was when I went to my doctor's appointment a week ago, got good news on a couple fronts, and then I don't think I've been this thin since 9th grade.
Wow, good for you, man.
I'm just-
Excellent.
I'm just saying. And then the other big news that I didn't tell anybody about, but I'll tell you guys on the show tonight. When I had my heart thing in May of last year and they put in the defibrillator, my pressure of my heart pump was 16%. And then when I went back and got the re-up in December, and I just found out about it at a doctor's appointment a couple weeks ago, it's back to 60. So
Nice. I'm assuming Raven didn't like my 2 chins comment. That's like the best compliment you can give a fat kid, man. I
that
don't
is
care what
that
you
is
say.
yeah, that is a good compliment. But also, Raven is a little bit still upset with me because I mentioned big girls last night. So I might have said thick girls with regards to
Yeah.
Gwendolyn Christie.
And
Anyway,
then dwarves today, Joe. We need an HR intervention with JW.
dwarves is allowed.
They don't
Nice.
Allowed.
I've interviewed a few little people, and
Jesus Christ,
they
bro. You throw me under the bus.
they always preferred little person.
Yeah, but
Can you contact one of them for next week so we can have them have a nice discussion with JW on air about this?
you can don't do that.
Unfortunately, I think one of them's in jail now. He played Howard the Duck.
More
We
reasons
gotta
to hate
get
that
Warwick
movie.
Davis. We gotta do some
More
Leprechaun and
reasons
Willow
to hate
Cop.
that fucking movie.
Oh, I've
Warwick
tried
Davis
for
is great.
years,
Warwick
Jerry. I
Davis is
tried for
amazing.
years.
He seems like a really cool guy too, though. Like,
Oh, no doubt. No
Did
doubt.
you guys? Speaking of him, did any of you see? He got a lifetime achievement award
Yes.
at the BAFTAs.
Yeah,
I
his
saw
interview.
that.
Howard the
It
Duck
was-
did?
No, Warwick Davis.
no, Warwick Davis.
Oh,
It was incredible. Like he
It's
was
a good
thanking his
speech.
kids, and it was a really good speech because his wife has passed away, and so it was this really amazing thing where he was thanking his kids for keeping him up and keeping him working and keeping him moving.
that's
And-
right, Raven.
Howard the Duck is terrible. Such a bad movie. One of the absolute worst 80s movies ever.
No, we had the guy who was the physical Howard on a few times, and he was actually quite a big star back in the day. He just did some things he really shouldn't have done, and
Bad thing.
really bad things we're not going to discuss on air. And but
Yeah, because the AI would pick that up.
Anyway, gentlemen, I just really wanted to say thank you again. You're doing an amazing job. Tell everybody after I get off of here about what you're doing with YouTube, and you're going to be kicking it off with TikTok, and what's the A thing? The at symbol.
Anything?
The at symbol. Sorry.
Oh,
Which one is that?
Threads.
Threads.
Threads,
So-
Blue Sky, all these, like all the new ones, because we're trying to get away
And
from Elonville.
Missy, Raven, Jasper, who else? Hey,
People-
everybody that's always
Everybody-
showing up.
Everybody who
every
shows
week.
up every week, and we're
We
appreciative.
really appreciate you. You guys are amazing. Thank you, gentlemen. I will catch you later.
Bye, Joe. It's great when the Grand Poobah.
Thanks,
shows
Joe.
up. It's like I feel like I feel better. It's like I would imagine this is how somebody feels when they meet the Pope, right? Like the Pope shows up.
It's like
and-
all your tech issues went away.
Yeah, everything-
Oh.
Ridgely,
You are forgiven, my son.
Ridgely.
You are-
You just sing it in like Gregorian chant style. Ridgely, Ridgely.
10 acts of contrition.
Okay. Yeah, Tana. Jerry, we're at that time of the night, Jerry. What's
10
coming
puff
from,
puff passes.
what's coming from your basement tonight, Jerry? What is the movie that you're talking about or bringing up tonight?
Tonight's
The fucking
movie
hand on it better be a fucking
is Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger is a great underrated 80s movie. It's a weird 80s movie, but it's fun.
amazing.
This is the poster. Davey Osborne's playing for keeps. So basically, it's this incredible movie with Dabney Coleman and Henry Thomas from
Wow.
E.T. And basically, it's this movie where he lives in San Antonio, Texas. His father, Hal, is also played by Dabney Coleman. Is like a military guy, and basically, his mom dies, and Davey starts, getting into Dungeons and Dragons and Cloak and Dagger, and which is an espionage role-playing video game. And then he imagines his dad as this character. And there's all kinds of fun sequences. If you're a role-playing person, there's a dice rolling sequence. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
He ends up
But
basically
eventually,
he sees a murder, right? He sees a murder and he plays Cloak and Dagger with this friend of his, but there's a secret chip in the Cloak and Dagger game, and he
right,
has
it's actual military secrets.
right. These
That
people
has
are
to-
after
has-
him, and
Yeah.
he uses Jack Flack, who is the guy pictured, as he's an imaginary friend of his that he thinks is helping him escape these people.
Yeah,
And
it's a way for him. It's a way for him to overcome his fear.
Yep.
And it's a way for him to
Great
overcome.
movie.
And Dabney Coleman is great in both roles. And the outfit Dabney Coleman has is astounding. He looks so goddamn cool. It is not a comic reference. It's not.
Well, even when he's the action figure, he looks like the action figure.
Yeah, the action figure actually looks like him, but he's got a trench coat. He's got the beret. He's got black gloves. It's amazing. And it's just this really cool, fun 80s movie. Didn't do a ton of business. It opened the exact same day, Jerry. I don't know if you know this. It opened July 13th, 1984, Jerry. Can you give me a guess of another movie, another major film from 1984, July, that opened that day?
Jeez. I mean, 84 was
It's
what?
a game.
Nightmare on
I'm going to
Elm
give you a
Street?
hint. It's a game. 84 is one of the best years ever. It's a game. It's a game-based movie.
In 84?
1984.
Nightmares?
No, it opened the same day, July 13, 1984, as The Last Starfighter.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Well, I can see why it would have got overshadowed then.
There was also, one of the things about this movie, this was one of the first tie-in movies. There was an actual Cloak and Dagger video game made for the Atari 5200. So it's this weird, it's got all kinds of weird things going on with game tie-ins to the same films.
YouTube.
And then it was released, there was an arcade version of the game released with 139 different machines. It also came up against the 1984 Summer Olympics, which was one of the highest rated Summer Olympics of all time. It's got decent reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Janet Maslin, a notoriously tough critic, said it's a fun little movie. It's just good to watch. Anyway, it's a great little movie, and Dabney Coleman is a national treasure who we lost this year. So you can find Buffalo Bill and some of the other things Dabney Coleman did. Dabney Coleman was phenomenal, like a phenomenal comic actor with incredible timing. Okay. Shout out to Dabney Coleman. Okay, Cloak and Dagger. Where can people find it, Jerry?
YouTube.
There you go. Boom. Someday Kyle's gonna watch the Twilight Zone with us. You've now crossed over into the Twilight Zone Redux with Jerry and Kyle. Are you leaving, Kyle, or Jerry and JW? Are you leaving, Kyle, or are you staying? YouTube. I think we said YouTube. But we'll say YouTube again.
Yep.
There's Kyle, still standing. So Twilight Zone Redux. Interesting episode. I don't remember this episode. I've never seen this episode in my life.
I think I did, but I think I did.
would have remembered it because so the title of the
There's
episode,
familiarities that were in it.
yeah, the title of the episode is Back There. And it is the 49th episode of the Twilight Zone. It premiered January 13th, 1961. It's season 2, episode 13. It's directed by David Orrick McDermott and written by Rod Serling with feature music by Jerry Goldsmith. Fantastic. Opening narration. Witness a theoretical argument. Washington, D.C., the present. 4 intelligent men talking about an improbable thing like going back in time. A friendly debate revolving around a simple issue. Could a human being change what has happened before? Interesting and theoretical. Because who ever heard of a man going back in time? Before tonight, that is. Because this is the Twilight Zone. And this is where the episode it's a little bit weird, right? And here's where it gets fun. That is Russell Johnson. And if you are a fan of old-timey TV, that is Russell Johnson who played the professor on Gilligan's Island is the guy. And he's at this elite club called the Potomac Club, which is a real club in DC. And he's sitting around and it's captains of industry. And they're talking about like, if you could go back in time, could you stop major events from happening?
Yeah,
right. And it is again, and this is a weird thing. This is 1961, Jerry. It is a theoretical crux of so many TV, sci-fi movies. It is the crux of what happens, from all the way from Time After Time, which I was thinking about a lot with this movie.
Great movie.
Time After Time is fantastic. If you've never seen Time After Time, brief thing about it. Malcolm McDowell, Mary Steenburgen, David Warner. H.G. Wells actually builds the time machine. And he has a dinner party. And at his dinner party happens to be Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper then steals the time machine, comes all the way forward to San Francisco in 1978. So it becomes a contemporary movie where H.G. Wells follows him, tracks it, and tries to stop him from committing murders. But when Warner gets the future as Jack the Ripper, he fits right in to modern American society.
This also reminded me of Voyagers, the show, right?
A little bit of Voyagers. Also, like slight things. Back to the Future. Like this episode reminds you of a lot of things. So anyway,
yes,
he walks through the doors and he is transported back to the day Lincoln gets shot in D.C. at the Ford Theater. So he spends the majority of the episode trying to tell people. He runs to the stage door. He gets arrested by the cops, gets beat by the cops. He runs to all these different things, basically saying, hey, Lincoln's going to get shot.
Yep.
You have to do something.
And of course, they don't believe him.
They don't believe him. One cop does, though. One cop believes him.
Kind of
believes him. Doesn't do it enough.
Maybe we ought to just check it out.
He's just a patrolman. He's just a patrolman. He then is bailed out by somebody, this gentleman here, who takes him back to a hotel and is like, I believe what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And he poisons him and gives him a drink where he knocks him out. And the person that he was bailed out of jail was John Wilkes Booth. Fantastic. So the episode plays out. They find, Russell Johnson gets drugged. John Wilkes Booth leaves. And then the bustle throughout D.C. as it's announced that Lincoln's been shot. And nothing could come of it. And then Russell Johnson gets up, walks back towards the Potomac room, and is immediately taken. There's no mechanism, by the way. There's no time machine.
It's just like everything becomes
no mechanism. It's just something. It's a theory. It's a theory that becomes reality. He walks back into the Potomac room. The guy who was there is no longer there. Right. The attendant that had spilled something on him earlier is no longer there, and it's a new guy. And he's like, where's
William?
William, where's William at? William, there's no William that works here, sir. Okay. He goes back to his table, and William is sitting at the table. He is no longer an attendant. He is now a multimillionaire.
Yeah, he's a rich guy.
And basically Russell Johnson, as this character, basically tells them the story of like, I was back. I had a chance to stop and do whatever. And he's like, that's a weird story, like my family story. he insults the guy. He insults William. Have you ever been an attendant here? No, sir. I've been a member of the Potomac Club before you were at prep school. And he's like, I've been a member of the Potomac Club since my great grandfather, who was a chief of police for the Washington D.C. Police Department, who was one of the only people that tried to stop the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. So William's great grandfather is the cop that believes Russell Johnson's character that Lincoln was going to be shot, and he went around trying to save him, and he instead becomes the chief of police, then the governor, then like he becomes.
So he changed time. He just changed.
He changed time, but he didn't change the assassination of Lincoln. He changed. It was a ripple. It wasn't a full effect.
Right.
And all I could think of is this is like time travel theory that's in movies and television, like the ripple effect, or like, for example, in Avengers. I was thinking about Avengers too. There are set points that have to happen. You can do ripple effects around them, but set points have to happen. So Williams is the only life that changes. And Russell Johnson, as you know, playing this character, Peter Corrigan, cannot save Lincoln. The closing narration, he still has the John Wilkes Booth hand handkerchief. Mr. Peter Corrigan lately returned from a place back there, a journey into time with highly questionable results, proving on one hand that the threads of history are woven tightly and the skein of events cannot be undone, but on the other hand, there are small fragments of tapestry that can be altered. Tonight's thesis to be taken as you will in the Twilight Zone. It was a good episode, and I can't imagine. I can imagine so many people who've made time travel movies or time travel theories or whatever seeing this episode, because there's so much in it that reminds you of other things. Time after time, H.G. Wells gets mentioned at the table.
Yes.
Somebody says, "What if H.G. Wells actually made a time machine?" I was thinking to myself, "Holy time after time, Batman!" Right? Another one I was thinking about was Back to the Future. The ripple events are not necessarily major events, but like the clock tower, you can't save the clock tower, but you can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can alter your parents'
Back to the
meeting.
Future, like put it on crack, basically. All the little things, right?
Well, and the idea that the tapestry can, or the ripple can change.
Yep.
But a major event, clock tower doesn't survive. But Marty's father and Marty's mother are successful, not alcoholics, right? And not stuck under Biff. So ripple, like it's a really interesting episode. It was a good episode, and like there was no mechanism for the time travel. It just happened because of the Twilight Zone.
I like how they had the lamp. It went from a bulb to like a candle.
Like a candle, a flicker. It was neat.
When he went back,
it was a good episode. And then they did the preview for next week. And Jesus Christ, Jerry, the next week's episode is called The Whole Truth. The Whole Truth. And it's about a used car salesman, and get this, kids, who cannot lie.
Liar, liar.
Liar, liar is immediately what I thought of today. Or any of the movies where people can't lie, they're forced by the universe to not be able to lie. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I hope everybody else is. You can see them on Paramount Plus, all of them in their entirety on Paramount Plus. Here comes your night to remember.
Here comes your night to remember. Remember Porky's.
A couple things. First up, Slapjaw's got a new album, Jerry, or a new song, right? Steamroller.
Yep, that's a new tune that's up everywhere.
Where can people find it?
Everywhere, whatever streaming music service you have.
I like specifics, Jerry. Everywhere.
All right. Amazon
what about
Music, Apple Music, TikTok.
I'm just playing with
you.
What about you? You got stuff going on? What's going on with your creatures of the night? What's happening there? Anything going on?
May 17th in Matamoros, the flagship. June 14th back at the Emmaus Theater. August 16th, Middletown, New York at the Fair Oaks Drive-In.
This is really The Godfather. You've been pulled back in.
Yeah. And one of our cast members is going to have a new book released this month for the 50th anniversary of Rocky with updated callback lines. And he'll be at most of the shows selling books and signing them if you want.
We should have him on and discuss that.
We can. The book
Yeah, we
will
should.
be coming out later this month.
We should, where people can get the book and everything and have him on. Maybe we'll have him on as a guest. Okay, you can find everything. If you like us, it takes 5 seconds to like and subscribe. Indie Escape Network, Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. We're gonna cut this episode into little segments, although I was bad tonight. So I apologize.
You were fine.
I think they're going to be hysterical the way you got spanked.
I think it was brutal. Anyway, yeah.
Brutal spanking.
Something AI is going to be like, JW needs to go to HR. Fuckers. Anyway, you got Snow White opening on Friday. We also got next week on Generation Movie next Monday night. We end Natasha Bogutsky joining us.
What movie?
What movie? We are doing. We are finishing up her run. Her runs were Platoon, Emma, the Gwyneth Paltrow 1996 Emma, and we will be doing Lost in Translation next week.
Oh, right on.
So Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, directed by the amazing Sofia Coppola, next week on Generation Movie, and we will see everybody from our neck of the woods, our Loud Nerdy Nation, next week. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great week. Go watch a movie. Have a good time. Stay safe. Bye.